Well, natural alternatives to sugar, along with plant-based products and fermented foods that are good for the gut. They are among the predicted trends for 2018. That is according to the Food and Drink Innovation Network. It says this year will see us take health to another level. Soraya Gadelrab is from Fresh Montgomery, which runs events for the network. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Let's just look back then first to begin with 2017. What do we see then over the course of the year when it came to food trends?
So last year we did see a lot in the health space, and that's not going to change in 2018. But what we saw was products like kombucha, kimchi, fermented foods coming onto the market. They're still something quite new. Some people have got their heads around them, but they're not mainstream yet. Going into 18, I think that's going to change, and I think we're going to have fermented foods as a staple of our diet, but also in that space of gut health, we're going to see a lot more probiotics and prebiotics. The probiotics are live bacteria, which help to create good digestion, support your immune system, and the prebiotics fertilise the microbes in your gut, and again support your immune system and good digestion, and also manage weight loss. So I think that's where we're going to see the movement. It's getting a bit more scientific. We've got teams of medical teams around the world looking at studying the gut in a lot more detail and understanding how different foods can affect the microbes in the gut. And I think that's the real sort of step change, this scientific aspect behind it, rather than what people have known for many years, where food and drink has good and health qualities within it, but it's actually having the facts behind it and the nutritional sort of backing behind it.
Yeah, really interesting stuff. You know, lots of people will be aware of those kind of probiotics from things like yogurt, but I imagine we'll start to see it in lots of other products, and they'll be popping up, and the signs will be clear that this is what this has got in it. Let's talk a little bit about plant-based foods as well, and products. How might they build over the next 12 months?
We've seen veganism and vegetarian have increased over recent years, but we're also seeing this flexitarian diet where people are choosing perhaps to reduce the amount of meat intake in their diets, and it's a lifestyle choice because people might feel that eating meat isn't always sustainable, or to sort of lower their cholesterol and for other reasons. So I think it's this lifestyle choice where plant-based products are going to become more of a mainstream rather than just a product for vegans or vegetarians. And we'll see, for example, a new superfood that I think we're going to see a lot of next year called moringa. It's a leaf that grows sort of at the foot of the Himalayas and also in some African countries, and it's got more vitamin C than oranges, more iron than spinach, more potassium than bananas. It's a protein source, so it's something we don't know. It's not on our supermarket shelves, but I think it's these new superfoods that are really going to help us to replace some of the meat proteins in our diet, but also get the goodness from them. Yeah,
really interesting. It'll be like the goji berries of 2014,
exactly.
2015, when everybody has to try them or wants them.
That's right.
Let's talk a little bit about the alternatives to sugar as well. We had it in that piece just beforehand that sugar is the enemy. Certainly, Public Health England's enemy at the moment. How might we see other sugars coming into our diets that are slightly healthier?
Yeah, so I mean, there are many natural sweeteners in natural products out there. I think one that we're going to see a lot more of next year is inulin. It is actually a prebiotic, so it does help this sort of gut health story that we've been talking about, and it's moving away from just a replacement for sugar, but actually something that has good health benefits as well, and I think that's what we're going to see more of in 2018.
And we also, we talk a lot about food waste, and there is an awful lot of food waste, but is this the year in which we will actually perhaps start to really tackle that problem?
Yeah, I think from a consumer's point of view, I think food waste is becoming a bigger issue for the consumer, and they're the ones who drive decisions in the industry. So, you know, we've just seen Tesco announce that they're going to be completely zero edible food waste by the end of February 2018 by having more reduced products when they get near their best before date, and also teaming up with charities to ensure that that food goes to people who need it. And I think the consumer really wants to drive that forward. I think we all feel a lot more guilt than we perhaps did about throwing away food in the past, so we're going to see a big change in that area as well.
I think the cost of living helps as well, doesn't it? The fact that absolutely. It's so high, people less prepared to throw things away. Soraya, really good to get your thoughts on this. Thank you for joining us this evening. Soraya Gadelrab there. Her thoughts, and certainly the Food and Drink Innovation Network's thoughts on what will be big, certainly when it comes to supermarket shelves over the next 12 months.